up, YouTube? It's your boy Rzd Reacts, aka Jus Raised, and we got another edition of Rzd Review where we are reviewing Gen V Season 2. So let's get into it.
Woke up this morning, feeling that shine. Whole team got the glow, You can see it in the stride. Got me feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new. Got me feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new. Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna hold you. The whole Boys franchise as a whole, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over the whole grotesque violence just for the sake of grotesque violence. Like, how far can we push the envelope with this next season? Like, it just feels like that's more so what they're doing than they are focusing on story to me at certain times. So I'm just personally kind of over it. But I know people love the Boys. But Gen V was a pleasant surprise to me when it came to season 1. Just seeing kind of the Boys universe done at a college campus and kind of having it, making it as kind of like a spoof or a play on Xavier's Mutant Institute, and just kind of seeing how they're doing with superpower people, with the students, and how they tricked everybody and had. It was just a lot that happened in season 1 that was just like, man, this is interesting. And then how they even incorporated some of the characters from Gen V season 1 into season 4 of The Boys. And we didn't really get to see it too much throughout the season, but we saw it periodically here and there. And it was just like, yo, that's kind of dope that y'all threaded the needle and put them in there. And so with season 2, it was just like, all right, so what we gonna do? Yo, sorry to interrupt this video, but I wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who don't realize it, some of you may not be subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content on this channel, if you're enjoying this video that you're currently watching, definitely hit that subscribe button and like and share it if you got time. It's all free. Definitely subscribe to the channel. It'll help everybody involved, because the way YouTube's algorithm works, you may not be subscribed even though they're suggesting my content to you. So definitely tap in, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content here. We're trying to build community, people. So tap in with your boy. And now, back to the video. Rest in peace, Andre. In real life, because he unfortunately passed away in between season 1 and season 2 in I want to say a motorcycle accident. So rest in peace to him. Prayers, peace, and blessings to his family, because that's tragic. That's sad. And he's a really good actor too. He had a lot going for him. But yeah, so at the beginning of season 2, we see Marie kind of on the run. She's escaped from where they were being held at the end of season 1 when they got captured. And we see, of course, Jordan and Emma just kind of being round up and thrown back into school. Unbeknownst to them, they've been released back into the custody of Gaju, and just kind of trying to see what everything that's going on. Everybody, the big overhanging thing is what happened to Andre. Where's Andre? And the way I feel like that they kind of handled his passing off screen, his passing in real life, and just kind of honored him throughout the season. I thought that was really respectful. I thought that was really dope. Even his dad, Polarity, even they gave him a very nice arc throughout season 2, of him just kind of coming to grips with no longer having his son and not being there for him in a way that a father should, and just feeling pretty much survivor's guilt when it comes to the passing of a loved one. And it sucks. And I shout out to the actor who plays Polarity. I believe his name is Sean Patrick Thomas. Phenomenal job. He killed it as Polarity this season. And we have a new dean at Godolkin, of course, at Gaju. And they're pretty much, once they release Emma and Jordan back into the custody of Gaju, they're given this whole script that they got to read just to pretty much smooth over the public perception of Gaju and what transpired. And of course, the whole story is doctored and false, and it's something that they have to do in order to get back into the school. They don't want to do it, but they end up doing it just to play nice, because their choice is either go to Gaju or go back to where they were being held captive. And so they was like, all right, well, we'll just go to Gaju. And we kind of just see their journeys kind of collide with Jordan and Emma sneaking off campus trying to find Marie. They end up finding Marie. Marie ends up getting found by Starlight, being thrown some information that she needs to look into that's only at Gaju for the Odessa project or the Odessa initiative, and trying to figure out what that was about and who was involved. Come to find out through the season, the Odessa project, only 2 people have survived, and one was Homelander, the other person was Marie. And so we know that Homelander is super powerful, but also now the whole season is about seeing the untapped potential of Marie and having her control of her powers. And the way she develops her powers in season 2 is crazy. Like, her blood manipulation, she's able to control people's blood, she's able to control people, she can levitate them, she can lift things, she can pretty much heal you if you're dying, if she concentrates hard enough. But if there are other people around while she's concentrating very hard, it pretty much hurts them as well. As well as kind of hurting her and taking a lot out of her to heal people. But it's so much that she can end up doing with her blood manipulation ability. And she kind of explores that throughout season 2. And we see Emma and Jordan sneak off campus. They link back up with Marie, bring her back to Godolkin. And they're kind of the whole season just trying to find out what Project Odessa is with the new dean, Cypher. And come to find out, we see the backstory of Cypher, who he is, and what significance he plays in part in season 2 with the crew. And we see that Cypher is actually Godolkin. We see that he has not died like they said he did, but that he has actually survived. And through the process of the season, we see Marie inadvertently healing him, not realizing the whole time Cypher isn't even the issue. It's Godolkin. He was in a I don't want to say a catatonic state because he was still awake, but his whole body had been burned, and he was in a very bad medical state. And he had the Dean Cypher taking care of him at his crib the entire time that he was the dean, and the entire time that Marie has been alive, because apparently he was involved with Project Odessa, and he was involved with blessing Marie's parents with Marie, with the baby, and with the baby having abilities and all that stuff. And so it was interesting to see just the story just play out. So many different reveals and left turns on the story. We also saw Sam Edgar from The Boys franchise. Shout out to John Carlo Esposito. He showed up with his granddaughter, and you know she has abilities, and so it was just interesting. He showed up to kind of help them get away, even though they ended up leaving him and going back to the school and kind of standing their ground against Cypher. And the way they strung together the final fight of the season was actually really, really dope. Like the way that they came together to defeat Thomas Godolkin, like he was really OP, because he was controlling Cypher the entire season and had been controlling him for years prior, based on his ability. I don't know if it's, would you call that a telepathic ability? I'm not sure, but he's basically able to take over people's minds, and everybody he takes over says it feels like you're in the back seat of your own car and somebody else is driving, and there's nothing you can do to like force the person out. And he controls a few people in the crew. He does it to Polarity, but then Polarity finds out that he can, because of his abilities and his being able to manipulate and control magnetic fields and stuff like that, he's able to actually push him out his mind. But everybody else is pretty much subject to his control. And we also see that Sister Sage from Boys season 4 is having some type of affair with Thomas Godolkin. But because he's so injured, she's having the affair with the Dean version of Cypher. But once Thomas Godolkin gets healed by Marie Moreau, because at the time she ends up healing him not realizing that the real big bad is actually Thomas Godolkin, who is actually Cypher, and not the Dean, who's been pretty much placating a Cypher, which is why the Dean couldn't feel anything when he was damaged, because it's really Thomas Godolkin driving the vehicle of the Dean, not the actual Dean. So Thomas Godolkin can't feel nothing because it's not his body. You know what I mean? So it was just interesting to just see that dynamic play out, and to see the big bad revealed, and to see the story develop fast. And like I said, the way they ended it with the final fight, Marie being there, her finding her sister, her trying to reconcile with her aunt about the family, and just finding out about her birth and about Project Odessa. It's going to be interesting to see moving forward how the story and final season of The Boys is going to transpire and take place. At the end of Gen V Season 2, we actually see Marie, Kate, Emma, Jordan, and the boy with the with the puppet abilities. Like, he can see stuff in puppet form, like he be tweaking sometimes. But we see the crew pretty much get recruited by Starlight and A-Train to join the rebellion. And so we see that Starlight and A-Train are actually helping or are actually rebelling against Homelander and Vought and the Seven and all that to pretty much bring balance back to the world. And so the crew joins them, and we see that's kind of how it ends. And so I'm interested to see in the final season of The Boys, which is coming up soon. The 5th season will be the final season of The Boys, but they will have other spinoffs and stuff like that, and sequel series that continue beyond season 5. But the mainstay of The Boys is only going to last to season 5. So I'm interested to see how this story is going to be wrapped up with Homelander and how they're going to defeat him. Because it seems like every time they get a hint at a new way to try to take him out, it either doesn't work or it blows up in their face, and it just kind of results into Homelander being more evil and more undefeatable looking. And so it's like, I don't know how they're going to beat him. I've also never read the comics for The Boys, so I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm interested to see how they're going to do it on the show. But I am kind of over the gratuitous acts and violence just for gratuitous acts and violence sake. Like, how can we push the envelope? Oh, okay, we can have this person do this. We can have this person do this. And I know The Boys ain't everybody's bag just because of how violent and explicit and gratuitous it is. I'm just kind of over all that at this point. I just want to see how the story's going to end. Like, for me, it just gets to a point, if I've seen too much of a show, because I kind of felt the same way with Harry Potter. If I've seen if I've invested too much time in watching certain franchises, it's just like I'm gonna eventually see it through, because it's just like I done already sat through this much of it. Same thing with like Final Destination. I saw the newest one and it was but I watched it because I had already seen all the ones prior, so it was like, I might as well finish it off. So pray for me. But shout out to Gen V Season 2. Like I said, I thought it was done very well. I thought the character work and the character growth, all the actors I feel like did a great job. The character work, the character growth, the conflict between relationships, the relationship with Emma and Sam, the conflict between the relationship with Marie and Jordan, the conflict between Marie and the relationship with her family and her little sister. Like, it was just so much that was explored in this season, and that we were given answers to this season. I don't know if Gen V is going to get a season 3 or not. I'm not sure. But I feel like out of 2 seasons, they've done a really good job of really fleshing out each and every one of the characters of the crew, and just kind of giving us an idea of what type of heroes they're going to be when they make it into the real world, if they're going to be a hero at all, but like what type of people they'll be. So I'm interested to see how their addition to now the rebellion going into the final season of The Boys is going to impact it. We know at the end of The Boys season 4, Frenchie got caught, Stewie got caught, We didn't see Kimiko get thrown into the back of a car, but she was being held by Sam while they threw Frenchie in the back of a car. So we don't necessarily know what happened to Kimiko. We see Starlight be able to escape, and we see MM got captured as well. And we also see that we also see that Butcher also made it out, and he still has that parasite in his head. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna all turn out to be. I know I've said that 1,000 times in this video, but can't wait to see how it's gonna end. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about it. If I had to give Gen V season 2 a rating, I honestly, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. I thought what they did was really dope. It wasn't a whole bunch of... It didn't feel like they were trying to go over the top with the gratuitousness in season 2. But it was a bunch of stuff revealed, questions answered. We got to see Marie's family, her little sister. We got to see her backstory and history. So it was a lot of stuff that was revealed and a lot of knowledge that was dropped on us for season 2. So I would definitely give it an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below what you would rate it if you've seen it. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it if that's your bag. If it's not your bag, I completely understand. God bless you. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay locked in, and don't forget, it's free soul to the show. Free. Let's get